What's up guys? No guides, no gameplays, no exciting new video games to talk about. I just want to turn the camera on today and have a discussion. This is not a positive video. If you're looking for an uplifting, fun video, this ain't it. So feel free to go if that's what you were looking for. Today is something that's been bothering me for a while. It's about monetization in video games. So for those that don't know, I've been seeing everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, on streams I've been watching, everyone's talking about New World and everyone is hating on New World for a recent thing that came out about their monetization of the game. So New World is set to come out soon. It's made by Amazon. And they've been doing a lot of testing. They've been quite open with their testing as well. People have been streaming it. It looks okay. It looks pretty good. There's not anything to stand out. It's just a new game, a new MMO made by a company with a lot of money. So everyone's obviously interested in it. And I've signed up as a tester. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it looks good. But they had a cash shop that they were testing, and I believe they were testing it under NDA, but it got leaked, and it got leaked of all the different things they were thinking about putting into this cash shop. And it was egregious. It was really bad. But yeah, one of my favorite content creators, Kira TV, who's been covering this a lot, he came out on day one, covering the leak, bringing awareness to it. And then Asmongold watched that on his stream, and then it kind of goes viral, obviously, after that. It was on YouTube, and then everyone was covering it. And that was kind of like yesterday, today, everyone's been talking about it. And their Twitter account, they released a letter about it, regarding the storefront testing we're currently doing in alpha, just kind of saying what they're planning to do. I won't go through this. It's on their Twitter, just the New World official Twitter. It's got 1,500 comments, and they are going in on the game. Honestly, they are just tearing it apart. And I just want to talk about why is New World, kind of the video, why is New World getting so much hate when other big MMOs have worse cash shops? I mean, we don't know what's going to be in it yet, but others are doing really bad cash shops. So why is New World getting so much hate when they're doing what everyone else is doing? That's kind of what I want to talk about, because it's really been bothering me. So I'm not coming at this as someone who's played, loads of different MMOs and knows all the intricacies of all these different MMOs. I've played one MMO for about 12 years, and that's World of Warcraft. 2 MMOs if you count WoW Classic. As this video is edited after this, I'm probably going to be leveling up my Warlock, ready for TBC. So yeah, to talk about why New World is getting so much hate, I just want to reference another game that I've recently tried. So I recently tried ESO for the first time, Elder Scrolls Online. Brand new, tried it for the first time this year. I got to the top level, I did some endgame content, and I streamed it for a few days, made a review video, and it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Their cash shop is awful. If you can think of a way to monetize an MMO, they've done it. You have to buy the game, you have to buy the expansion, you have to buy a subscription. There's convenient items in the cash shop like a crafting bag, which is almost essential. There's mounts, cosmetics, houses, everything in the cash shop. You can literally buy mount speed in the cash shop. You can buy map unlocks. You can buy everything. And they're not getting that much hate. People like that game generally. You've got games like BDO, which has got a mobile game cash shop basically. They'll rinse you dry. World of Warcraft milks me monthly and then just comes back for more, and I just give them my wallet. I recently transferred all my characters when Shadowlands came out to play with my friends on another server, and that set me back a small fortune. So if everyone else has got such bad monetization, why is New World getting so much hate? That's the thing, and I think I've been thinking about it a lot. Cash shop monetization is an art form. It really is an art form. Weaving the balance between acceptance and public outcry to find the sweet spot of maximum profit and maximum player retention, where you can just take and the people won't leave, or enough people leave that you are still making money. So if you had 10 million people paying for a subscription, that's fine. If you had 5 million people paying for a subscription, and then you were making more than that equivalent of subs in cash shop money, you would rather have that population of people. I mean, a normal person like me and you wouldn't, but a greedy business would. So a good example we can see of that is recently Blizzard. They pushed it really too far. They announced $35 for a character clone going into TBC. People kicked off. Everyone kicked off. Everyone was angry, and they reduced it down to $10. So that's kind of a situation where they pushed this balance and it went too far. They realized too many people wouldn't put up with it, so they couldn't get that balance. And then I'm going to go back to ESO, right? they offer a subscription model where if you subscribe, they'll let you play through all the expansions for free. I'm just reading kind of like ESO's Cash Shop now. They'll give you Cash Shop currency, and then they'll let you have the expansions, the crafting bag, and they give you a lot of stuff so you don't feel so ripped off by the Cash Shop. But that, I've seen people say that's why. That's not why people are hating on New World and not ESO. It's because people love Elder Scrolls. There's a reason Todd Howard has been able to sell us Skyrim for 14 years on 7 different consoles. And it's because we love Elder Scrolls. We love the universe. We love the lore. Despite ESO having an awful Cash Shop, people love the game. You can turn away tons of players and there'll still be a core audience of people who love ESO because they love Skyrim, they love Oblivion, they love Morrowind, and they grew up playing them. So they'll keep paying whatever you charge them. I don't play Final Fantasy 14, it's not for me, but I hear they've got a similar model with subscriptions and Cash Shop, but people love Final Fantasy. They've been playing it since Final Fantasy 6 and 7 as a kid. So they put up with it. World of Warcraft's my game. I don't play WoW because it's an amazing game. I don't play WoW because the developers are making an amazing game that's worth £15 a month. I play it because of nostalgia. I played Classic, which is like a 10-year-old, 15-year-old game, and it makes me feel like I did when I was younger. I play retail because I got friends on there that I made when I was younger. If WoW increased their sub price to £30, £40 a month, I'd complain. I'd rant in a video. I'd complain to all my friends. I'd still pay. I'd still subscribe to the game because I love it. I'm connected to the game. I'm invested in the game, and they've got me over a barrel. They can keep charging me. I'll complain, but I'll keep paying. And that's part of the problem, right? But that's why they're getting away with it. And then when you look at New World, there's none. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's no lore. It's a new world, right? That people can't relate to it. People don't care about the world because they've never seen it. They don't care about the characters, the story, the classes, the dungeons or the raids, the villains, the hero. There's nothing for people to engage with because it's a new world. It's not a Lord of the Rings MMO. It's not a Game of Thrones MMO. It's a new created universe, and we've not been introduced to anything. The game isn't even out yet. We haven't bought it. We haven't leveled any characters. So there's no fundamental thing that makes the game unique, in my opinion. So people aren't invested. People don't care. If you were to plot on a graph where the breakpoint is, right, between like monetization, you could push ESO, Final Fantasy, and WoW communities really far. If you doubled the sub price in all those games, there will still be a large core audience who still pay it. Some will leave. Some people who have got low incomes or that have only played the game for 6 months that aren't invested will just say, no, that's too much. But all the people who are invested in the character, invested in the world, got friends there, they'll keep paying it. You know what the breakpoint is for me for New World? It's rock bottom. It's 0. I'll buy the game and I'll pay a sub if that's their model. But I won't put up with anything else because I don't care and I'm not invested in it. I've watched a few trailers and I've watched people play it, and I'm not invested. Same with Ashes of Creation and games like that. They're new worlds that are making, and there's nothing to. They don't have any hold over you. This is my opinion and thoughts, and I've been thinking about this for the last few days, and I think that's honestly the biggest reason people aren't putting up with their shit, to be honest. The second reason, I think Kira's TV summed this up in his last video, and it's just laughable, really. The game isn't even out yet. The game isn't out. You can say you're releasing convenience items in a game that you've finished, right? You can't do that when the game isn't even out yet. Just fix it, right? So he covers like experience gain. They nerfed experience gain and then sold the solution, create the problem, sell the solution. If the experience gain is slow in a game that's not out, change the code, change the experience gain to be fun. The game isn't live. There's no people that are invested in the game. There's no basis for what you have to worry about, right? Let's just keep it grindy and sell a fast pass. That's the solution to them. They're considering selling like fast travel, add a Hearthstone, add a portal system like ESO where you travel between the different places. Do your own thing, your new world. Add like a wagon that you can get in and travel to these new places. Add some sort of system for traveling. But no, they're considering adding a fast travel system, which... What can you say? What can you say when they're releasing a game, but when they could be putting in new content for the price you're going to pay, they're holding that off to sell you separately. They're going to be developing all these convenience items alongside the game, and then they're going to exclude them from the game and add them into a cash shop. It's like the games that are released with battle passes, like Call of Duty. I play some Call of Duty every now and again, and you know, there'll be like some stuff that comes out, and then there'll be good games in a battle. There'll be good guns in a battle pass. The guns were made at the same time as say there's 6 guns. The 5 guns would be made in the game, and 1 is made for the battle pass. They're made at the same time. Assassin's Creed's got in trouble for it lately. They've made some really good armor sets in Valhalla, but the good ones are in the cash shop. And they've made them at the same time, so just release them. You're paying for the game. I don't get it. I don't have much else to say, really. I just think they tried to keep this pretty quiet. They had an NDA. It got leaked. They've tried to talk themselves out of it. That's not really going well. Like, fair play that they communicate. I'm a big fan of WoW, and they don't. They just don't communicate to you. They just make their decision. You like it or not, you leave. Like they don't really try and save themselves. New World have been doing a lot of communicating. Some big content creators have been talking on there, and they have replied, but it's not going down well. I don't think they'll suddenly have a change of heart and, you know, be like a Disney film where they turn over a new leaf and go, we're just going to make a game people love. But I think they're going to release it, and they might say, we've considered it, and we're not going to do all these bad things. And then, you know, they'll cycle back the cash shop quite a lot. It'll come out with a few cosmetics and maybe like an early access mount and some stuff like that. And then people will buy it, people will review the game, and then it's just open season. You know their intentions. They've already made it clear that they're testing all this stuff. If they're testing all these different cash shop items, they're not just going to not use them. They're going to wait to use them. Once the reviews come out, once everyone's invested in the game, they're just going to release everything. And do you want to get invested in a game that's thinking like that? Do you want to pay full price for a game where you know that maybe 20% of the game is being held back, waiting to come out in the cash shop? I don't know. It's just my opinion. Everyone looks at MMO monetization and like video game in general monetization differently. Some people refuse to touch a cash shop, and then on the other hand, you got whales. I'll only buy if I feel like I'm put in a corner, like services that are not needed, but like ESO, having a crafting bag was pretty much needed, so I bought it. Server transfers in WoW, kind of needed them, and your only option is to buy them, so I bought them. People will buy in a cash shop. What do you guys think? This is a really controversial topic, and maybe, I mean, I don't really cover MMOs, so maybe the people who watch these videos haven't really been aware. So I'd love to know in the comments what you think. Do you play MMOs? Have you seen this kind of thing before? Do you remember the good times, you know, the boomer days when people made a good game and you bought it and that was the end of it? I'm glad we didn't grow up playing games like this where money was the priority, where just going and getting your credit card was normal and was just expected. I'm glad we got to see pure games, WoW classic style. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think of all this? Do you think New World is gonna return to glory and have a great release, or do you think they've kind of doomed themselves? I'd love to know what you think. Other than that, guys, thanks so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.